Getting Sarah Marshall. According to James, I'm on the poster king. Brilliantly, outrageously painful. He is. The word tart, honestly, if you look it up in the dictionary, there is a picture of James beaming there with, let me put my name on your poster. Now, look, I love James, but the child has to be spoken to very strongly about using phrases like brilliantly, outrageously, painfully funny about movies like Forgetting Sarah Marshall. It's the latest from the Judd Apatow. I want him to make a movie with Keanu and
Gerardo Depardieu.
And so the story, all the Judd Apatow movies, basically schlubby bloke, montage of schlubby bloke, couch, eating cereal, blah, 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 going out with unfeasibly glamorous woman. Some romantic thing happens in which schlubby bloke is caused to suffer by unfeasibly glamorous woman, and that's pretty much what happens here. We have schlubby bloke, he's sitting on the sofa, eating the thing, unfeasibly glamorous woman.
Is he reading the Biddly Bong Daily?
He is reading the Biddly Bong Daily and flicking the channels on the diddly dong ding dang blah, blah, blah. And then his girlfriend comes in and says, I'm dropping you, but you know this because you've seen in the trailer. And then he decides to go on Hawaii to forget her, but she's there too. But you know this because it's in the trailer. And then he discovers that while he's out in Hawaii, she's there on holiday with Russell Brand. But you know that too because that's in the trailer. Here's a clip, which is probably something that's in the trailer.
We have a very special guest with us here today. He is the lead singer of the band Infant Sorrow, one of my favorite musicians of all time. He's so awesome. Please, let's see if we can get him up here. Mr. Alvis Snow, please. Come on. Share your gift.
Duty calls and all that. I'm trying to be incognito. It's weird. It's like work to me. This is no fun.
Hey! Oh,
Thank you. What a lovely introduction. What an eccentric and confident young man. I'd like to dedicate this song to a very beautiful woman that's here today. It's Miss Sarah Marshall. There she is. Look at her, blimey. Oh, there's ancient skies, I've had these wandering eyes, but you took me by surprise when you let me inside.
That's enough. But that's the trailer, right? That scene's in the trailer, right? And then he has to get an apartment, which is next to there, and that scene's in the trailer as well. And so, here's the thing, right? All the jokes are in the trailer. So if you've seen the trailer, you've done all the laughing that there is to be done. The plot's in the trailer as well, and the fact that Russell Brand's in it is in the trailer. Now, Russell Brand was in the St. Trinian's movie, terrible. This is much less terrible than that, and Russell Brand in this plays Russell Brand, and he plays him quite well, and he's probably the best thing in the movie, because he just does the Russell Brand thing, and it's fine. I mean, he appears to actually have written half of his lines, because I don't believe that an American scriptwriter wrote that line about, what a confident and upsetting man. I mean, it's clearly that's Russell Brand just improvising. And it goes along, schlubby bloke, glamorous woman, schlubby bloke, lots of glamorous women all fall in love with him because he's schlubby and dorky, and everyone loves a schlubby, dorky bloke, and then there's a thing at the end, and then the film stops. And it is two things. Firstly, it is proof that I was right when I said, this knocked-up business, you're all getting the wrong end of the stick. This is just the Revenge of the Nerds stuff, and this shtick is going to wear thin very soon. And I think some of the people who stood up for Judd Apatow at the time and said, actually, he's not just Boise Revenge of the Nerds stuff, there is more to it, are now starting to go, well, we'd really better start seeing evidence of the more to it pretty soon, because it looks like the same old act to me, and he's made a lot of these movies. And the second thing is, it's a lot less funny than the premise and the poster make out. I mean, it's not awful. It's not awful. I laughed a couple of times. A couple of things made me laugh. Almost all of them Russell Brand. And it's not terrible. In a week in which we have some very terrible stuff out, indeed, it was kind of, you felt quite clean being in the theatre with just a sort of,
So you didn't leave on a tidal way to vomit?
No, you didn't. No, you just...
Which must have been quite a nice way to conclude.
Yeah, well, it was nice because you didn't feel like you need to go and bath in Clorox as a result of it. But it's certainly not brilliantly, outrageously, painfully funny. But I'm going to explain this to James in very physical terms the next time I see him.